All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to MaxSpeedTV. Tonight we have a little bit something different here. We are not running just your normal race. We are running a DSRL developmental series. Again, this is for the drivers that want to get a little bit better, learn here in order to cut down on some of the cautions as well. So that is what this is for. As right now we are just watching them do one more mock heat race anyway. Again, looks more like a B main out there. There's a lot of drivers. The guys in the back from about Derek Walker on are really just in here to kind of guide these guys, watch them from behind to kind of see what they're doing and work with them just a little bit. But we're going to get Roger in here to kind of explain a little bit more what's going on. So give us just a minute, and we will get him in here to kind of go over exactly what is going on. All right, we are back here again. We do have Roger Wagner in the booth with us to kind of go over a little bit of what the whole purpose of this race slash development series is about.
Well, DSRO, we're looking for the best guys. We want the best racing, and in order to ensure that we're getting the best and our drivers are improving every week and racing around each other more, we have criteria to meet for guys to make the developmental series, and they get a race for something. We're having an all-star race at the end of this season with every feature winner from DSRL, plus whoever wins the developmental series points championship will get an invite to start at the back of that field, and we're going to let them use all the knowledge that they've gained. We've got some of our top drivers, guys that are in the top 10 in points in both series currently, have finished inside the top 5 in points in a previous season, or have a feature win in the last season and a half, which is week 6 of season 4 on Thursdays, week 6 of season 2 on Saturdays, and the previous season of each of those series before that. So we got about 18, 19 mentors, and they come in and they help these guys work on line, work on throttle control, work on moving the wing around, when to do it, how to do it, work on racing with each other side by side, learning how to take a slide job, learning how to give a slide job, just basically racecraft and wheel settings. If you're having problems with your wheel, they'll help you try to get that set up. Somebody has one like you. They'll help you with their settings so you can get more feel in the car or whatever it is you're looking for. And basically, we're just trying to improve the community overall, but it's our drivers. So if people are interested, you're not great at a sprint car and you want to be, pretty good place to come. We got some of the best guys. We have the best dirt racing on iRacing, hands down. And our drivers are they're the reason for that. And so getting these guys to give freely of their time, because they're not getting anything out of it. They're getting an improved league. They're getting improvement on drivers, and they get respect and admiration for it. That's it. I mean, that's good currency to have, don't get me wrong, but they don't really get much. They do it for the love of the sport, and they're willing to teach anybody at any time as long as they're willing to come in and be kind of humble and ask. And that's kind of what we're working towards. So this series is going to improve a bunch of drivers. And we got about 22 or 23 people in here tonight, maybe more than that. But they're going to get to run a 30-lap race with each other here in just a few minutes, and I mean, that's really about it. It's just to help people get better.
And that is always a good thing to get better, always trying to improve. I'm kind of curious on the learning side of things. How much have you learned yourself and some of these other guys from talking to them in the pits with this new cushion out there? That itself is kind of a learning curve for everybody here now.
That's not a lie. That is an absolute truth right there. This cushion's a weird little thing right now.
It's
to me, it's more like a speed bump than a cushion, because you can go right up over it real easy. But once you get on top of it, it's just nasty rough. But it does help. I've seen a lot of guys get a great run off the top of that and come shooting past somebody on the outside in this practice session. So it's going to work. They might need to tweak it just a little here or there, but it's way better than anything we've had in the past, and I think it's going to be a good thing going forward.
And I believe you said earlier that as we just got into qualifying, 5 minutes. Didn't you say they have as many laps as they can run? They don't have any set amount of laps.
No, 4 laps.
4 laps.
This
Okay.
is just going to be just like our normal hot lap session on Thursday nights. We're going to set it. We're going to basically cut them down to 4 laps. Let them go out there, get a feel. This track's a lot more worn than what they would normally qualify on, but we want these guys to start getting a feel for these worn, slick tracks. You make it to the A main in one of our races, our track's going to be between 50 and 70% to start the race.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to learn how to run on that if you're going to be competitive. And so that's the other thing that we're trying to teach these guys is how to run on a track that's been beaten damn near to death.
Yeah, it's definitely not as black as we've seen in the past, but like the time the feature gets here, because this was just a few cars out there running here and there. You put 5 heats of like 6 to 8 drivers on there, a C main, a B main, sometimes even a D main, and then your trophy dash, and then a 40 lap feature. This track looks like it's pure asphalt by the time it's done. There's so much black on it, literally from top to bottom. So I think it's gonna be real interesting to see who really develops from this and wins that points championship and gets into that big race.
Well, the thing is, we did the math, and on a standard night, on our Saturday night show, when we don't do hot laps and we do our double heat races, we have 40 cars. We will put 2,100 laps on the track by the time the night is over.
That is a lot of laps.
So yeah, them setting the cushion where it's progressive and it gets to be bigger and bigger the more laps that you turn, it's actually going to be fairly accurate in our estimation. But we're going to be able to take it to the max to know after 2,000 laps, it's going to be a full 100% cushion. They can't do anything more to it. The only thing they can do is finish the moisture out of the track. And at that point, I figure the track's 100% worn out anyway, so what are you going to do? Just going to have to keep racing on it. So yeah, we know the math. We've done the math on them. And one night will be 1,900 laps roughly, and the other one will be 2,100.
Either way,
40-car field.
It's still a lot of laps. Even at 1,900, that's a lot of laps, because I know the testing they did didn't show a huge cushion, but that was 2,000 laps with one car. So we're talking over 2,000 laps with about 40 to 50 cars out here. So that cushion's gonna come in very quick. I think I would say by the trophy dash, it's gonna be huge.
I'm sorry, I missed the end of that. I got race control in my ear real quick there. I'm sorry.
I was just saying, with the amount of laps we're putting on with 40 to 50 cars compared to that 2,000 they did with the one car, yeah, that cushion's going to be a fairly big cushion by the trophy dash.
Well, I would think so. And I don't know if they have parameters where it can only get so big, or if it can continue to pile up there. But knowing that we're going to have we do 40 cars. Every Thursday night, we do 40 cars. That's not a problem. And to see that many laps get put down and see how big that cushion is going to get, it'll be interesting come Thursday night, because it'll be the first night when we're really, really putting it down. I mean, like I said, we've got 21, 22 cars in here, and we've probably put down well over 1,000 laps. And that cushion's pretty big already. So, you add another 800 or 900 laps to this, and that cushion ought to be stacked up pretty high on that wall.
I would think so. Just you're watching JR Bash. He's up there on it. He gets on it and comes off of it, and then he goes back up on it again. So it's definitely doing what it's supposed to do. You get up on it, it gives you a little bit of a push, and you get off, and propels you through the corner, or out of the corner anyway.
Well, the best thing, honestly, to do is to get that right rear tire to set on it and stay on it all the way around, and not have to fight the car, not try to. We're going to basically just use it like banking in the track. You want to keep your right rear up against it as much as you can, because it keeps your car gaining speed. You're not wiggling around shaving speed all the time. That's the fastest way to get around. Now, I don't know if this cushion is built to do that. From me being on it and me watching it, it's very difficult to stay on it, but ultimately, when you go up against the cushion, when you're going to rip the lip, you definitely want to crawl up there and put your right rear tire up against it and just hug it all the way around the top. So I don't know. Maybe they'll do some improvements. This is just version 1, obviously. Like I said, this is way better than anything that we've had. I think it's going to be fun. I know this. When you jump across it, the risk versus reward. We were laughing about this down there during practice. Losing arms and limbs just to gain a tenth of a second, it might not necessarily be worth it. I don't know. That risk is super high when you go up there. If you jump it, it's really going to tear your car up. So, using it once in a while might be a great thing, but trying to consistently get on it, I don't know if that'll pay off for guys.
We'll definitely see. It looks like we're getting ready for the grid. So I guess I will get ready to get this race started.
I think I'm just going to sit right here and call it race.
It sounds good to me.
See if I can have a little bit of fun here.
Like
I'm ineligible to race in this.
Well, they kicked
I need
the
all the
owner
help
out.
I can get, but I'm still ineligible because I was inside the top 10 last week in points. Now, I've since dropped out, but I did not update the list. So I left myself as an ineligible driver for developmental, and I've come in and tried to help some guys with some things. And, basically for me, this is just an improvement for my series. I want to see all these guys get better and succeed, whether it's just to race with us or they take it out and use what they learn in the official races or other leagues where they race or hosted races. It just keep getting better because every time they get better, our series gets better, and that's the goal every time. Just everybody get better and have more fun.
Yes, definitely. You want to be the best you can, and obviously have fun in the end. And obviously, nobody's having fun if there's cautions everywhere, because you don't want cautions. So, looks like, and I'm not sure. Again, a little bit. Obviously, this is your league, so the ones like yourself, they're not going to be out on the track, correct?
No.
Okay,
All the mentors are done for the night. Now, they may go out and run some laps towards the back, but they will not go in and just race these guys super hard. They want these guys to race with each other and get more comfortable, get more confidence, and going out there and, getting whooped by the mentors. Well, that happens every night. That's why they're the mentors. So giving these guys some confidence to come out, and plus the mentors aren't racing for any kind of points or anything. They're just racing to race, help these guys out. So they want these guys to go out. They're going to sit and watch. Now, they're going to critique. They're going to talk. And they're going to let guys know if they can improve on something here or try something different there. So it should be actually a really educational situation for, I don't know, what we got, about 15 of them out there, 16?
It looks like we're about to update at the line. We got
17 cars on the track.
So
this is a good field. I mean, you'd probably see this many cars at your local dirt track on a Saturday night from all your local show guys. Not if the ASCS or any of those guys were coming through, but this might be a normal, regular show for you, and that's what this is about. I mean, just having the ability to come out here and for these guys to improve and put on a good show and let people see it. I think I hope more people sign up and start showing up for this.
Yeah, see that you can say that because you're up in Oklahoma though. Down in Texas at Red River / Wichita, we get like 5 on a feature. So
green flag's out.
There it is. Green flag is out. And who is the 91? Ernie Williams Jr. He has not been in this league long, has he?
Oh, we already got guys in the middle of turns 1 and 2 with major issues.
Our caution's on because there it goes.
Yeah.
Very late caution.
Yeah, we did. I thought I saw the 79 car in there, maybe, of Ted Deckard in that first little melee. I don't know that he caused anything. I don't want to call that out there, but I did see his car down in there sideways. Oh, it looks like he got just a touch of help from the 99 of Dylan Fox. And that kind of started chain reaction, and Dylan just kind of ended up on his lid. I don't know.
They're kind of rolling down the hill there for Dylan Fox. So, I swear it looks like there's more banking in this track now, but it's not. It's just an illusion from this camera angle. But he rolled. Dylan Fox did roll back down the track. Yeah, well, I was saying though, Ernie Williams Jr. How long he has not been in this league very long, has he?
He's been in the league for, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 weeks, but he hasn't been to every single race. And I know he does a really good job of making it on Tuesdays. I don't know that he makes very many of our Saturday shows. 'It's
not, and I haven't seen JR Bash in a long time. 'It's not, and I haven't seen JR Bash in a long time. 'It's not, and I haven't seen JR Bash in a long time. 'It's not, and I haven't seen JR Bash in a long time. 'It's not, and I haven't seen JR Bash in a long time. 'It's not, and I haven't seen JR Bash in a long time. 'It's not, and I haven't seen JR Bash in a long time. 'It's not, and I haven't seen JR Bash in a long time. 'It's not, and I haven't seen JR Bash in a long time. 'It's not, and I haven't seen JR Bash in a long time. 'It's not, and I haven't seen JR Bash in a long time. 'It's not, and I haven't seen JR Bash in a long time. 'It's not, and I haven't seen JR Bash in a long time. 'It's not, and I haven't seen JR Bash in a long time. 'It's not, and I haven't seen JR Bash in a long time. 'It's not, and I haven't seen JR Bash in a long time. 'It's not, and I And it looks like the lights are off. I just want to point this out real fast before we go green flag racing. Does anyone notice the Mustang is the pace car instead of the truck? Maybe they fired that truck.
Give me the option for the truck.
Ah.
I tried to put the option for the truck in when I set up the server, and it would not give me the truck. So I don't know if it's something that they oversighted or if they just took it out.
They may have.
I much like having the truck because when I go to the track, I see a truck most of the time as a pace truck.
Yeah, the green flag out. They're going 4 wide there for a second. They may have taken that truck out. He was a bit drunk driving over the walls and
was
stuff.
Trying to put that car down on the inside there of Doyle Lawrence. He got him right into turn 3, and they lost all of his momentum, and Lawrence drove by him. Now, looks like Raimundo's going to be under fire here. And he got away from him. He got away from Brock Garris right there, but 3 wide as they entered 3 right there. Now they bring it back down to 2 wide with Raimundo and Garris.
And something is wrong.
Lawrence. Go ahead there.
Something's wrong. Where did he go? I can't even find him now. J.R. Bash. He got a little bit of somebody rear-ended him there. I'm not sure who it was. But he lost about 4 spots just now. Now Mike Roxbury is going to lose that spot to him for 5th or 7th place. My bad. So again, this is developmental. We got a car sideways on the backstretch, but he gets it going back again.
Sideways on the front stretch, and it looks like he's going to bring out a caution with that. He was really sideways when he come off of 4, and I think he just lost control of that car completely. Had to pull it down to the inside, and now he's going to get pushed behind the wall.
That's unfortunate. But again, this is all learning for everybody here. Everybody learning a little bit more here, including the admins yourself. Y'all are learning a lot about this track too, so or how it develops and everything with this new cushion. I don't think they did too much to the track itself as far as how it wears. Not that I recall in the release notes, but definitely learning how that cushion builds up throughout the night with 20 cars, and just again imagine how it's going to wear with 40 plus cars on this track. It's going to be insane.
Well, this track looks like it had 2 distinct grooves when it started to get slick. One slick groove close to the bottom and one slick groove nearer to the top. And now it looks like, we got about a car width at the bottom and about a car width at the top, and these guys are going to struggle to find some grip in the corners.
They are indeed. I was watching the 91 of Ernie Williams Jr. just now. If you watch him here under pace laps, he's riding right up on the cushion. Maybe he's doing it under caution here, kind of learning where it is and how close he can get to the wall with it. Trying to give it a feel out for under caution, just so he knows where he can go once the green flag comes back out.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think tonight they're going to let them have some wave rounds, which is normally not the case for us. But in order to just get these guys all on the same lap and keep them racing with each other for position, some of the rules aren't going to be the rules.
Yeah, definitely. We've been broadcasting y'all for, between me and Rudy for several seasons. Wave around's not usually the case, but again, this is all about learning to drive better. Obviously, you can't do that if you're laps down or stuck in the pits, so beneficial to have everyone on the track, obviously.
Yeah, it takes some of the competitive nature of the guys. When they know their laps down, they're not really racing for much. And what we want is for these guys to race each other clean, race each other competitively, and race each other hard, knowing that spots and points are on the line, so that when they make it to the big show on Thursday, they make it to the big show on Saturday night, they already understand those things. And like I said, this developmental deal is just to help guys get better. Some guys are pretty good. They just need a little fine-tuning. Some guys are brand new to all of this, and they want to learn as much as they can. So, it's something that we can afford to give these guys, and as long as they are willing to humble themselves just a little bit to take, ooh, there's a flipped-over car right in the exit of turn 4. I didn't see who that was, but wow.
I believe that is Jason Nygaard in the 32. Let's go back and take a look here real fast.
Yeah, but real quickly, back to what I was saying, as long as these guys are willing to come in and ask for the help, I've got the greatest guys in the world to come in and help them. We've got the best mentors. They are patient. They are full of knowledge. They are willing to share it, and it's been great this week and last week, listening to all these guys come in and ask questions, and these mentors come in and just give them the answers. You know, I mean, in a lot of the racing community, everything's a big secret. Not with these guys. With these guys, they want everybody to be better because they like the competition, and they like knowing that we can go to a Knoxville like we did last Thursday night and go 40 straight green flag laps because all these guys are getting better. So for me, that's what it's about. I mean, I'm a little biased as the league owner. I want the best thing, best product, but just to see these guys all getting better every week is satisfaction enough for me.
Yeah, definitely. I would have to agree. Definitely the best and probably the original dirt league out there. Again, you've been here since day one, so you've been here for a long time. You've really perfected it. Of course, you can always add little tweaks here and there, but for the most part, you definitely have the best running program out there.
Well, I appreciate that. We've done everything we can to tweak and improve as we've gone along. We'll be a year on April 1st. Was our very first race last year. 4 days after we received the dirt mods, we had our first league race, and we haven't stopped since. We've grown, we've expanded, we've changed, and we've come back, and it's been a fun ride, and I hope to keep it going for quite a while.
For the record, that is not an April Fool's joke. They really did start there.
Yep. Yeah, we ran 2 races that night. We ran a full show at Williams Grove, and we turned right around and ran a full show at Eldora. I believe I won at Williams Grove, and I believe that William Evans won the race at Eldora that night.
And definitely it's going to be interesting. It looks like, I have a feeling Ernie Williams will possibly get this with 9 laps to go. But Richard Stallings, I'm not going to count him out yet. He's putting on a heck of a run, and I've watched him develop just from the time I started working with DSRL till now, and I've seen just an improvement in him alone. He's developed really good, probably within the last probably 4 to 8 weeks.
I really wish we would see him in more events. He was kind of hit and miss there for a while, and it's always good to see him out. He's very competitive, very strong driver. Oh, Mike Peterson got into it there just a little bit. Got down on that bottom, and I think he pulled what we would call a walker. Oh, maybe not. Maybe he got across, and him and Mike Roxbury got together. That's what happened. He was coming up, Mike was coming down, they got together. I thought he Derek Walkered it and hit the inside wall, but he didn't.
Yeah, it's always fun to poke fun at Derek Walker. A good driver, but because of that, he's always fun. And wow, both of them actually took a hard lick at the outside wall. I would not want to be that flagman right now because he may have seen his life flash before his eyes. That was right in front of him.
Coming at him in a hurry, I know that.
Yes, he did. And I mean, I've seen in real life where you see some scary pictures of sprint cars flipping just about over the flag stand. So I would not want to be a flagman in one of these series because that would probably scare the living crap out of me.
Yeah, we get to poke fun at Derek, but Derek is one of our best mentors. Derek is one of those guys that he'll just tell you he don't care. He wants to see things get better. He likes the competition. He likes coming in and having guys, challenge for things, and so he wants to bring every bit of knowledge that he has in and give it away because he wants everybody to get better. It just makes it that much more fun, and we need a lot more guys in the community that are willing to do those things. It would really make this community that much bigger, better, stronger. So I hope that doing something like this maybe spurs someone else to do something like this. And every time we can make drivers better, we make more drivers. And every time you do that from a series, those drivers are very loyal to you, and they help you get the next best drivers.
They really are. And true, that is lights are off. It's not sure here. Oops, there we go. That was a rookie mistake. We were on replay, but
uh-oh, Stallman's got the cushion to the top. Ernie Williams seeing what he can do down on the bottom, and I think this is just a test for him. I think he wanted to see if he could hold him off, but I don't think he's going to. Stallings with a huge run.
Yes, he is. As it looks like.
Line. And the caution's going to fly. Oh.
Question
I
is.
wanted to see what was going to happen right there, if those guys were going to be able to race like that or not.
According to my scoring sheet here, it was putting Richard Stallings in front too. So he chose, definitely didn't want the caution, but he chose to take the lead or take to that high side at the exact right time. If he'd been a lap later, he would not be your winner here tonight.
Yeah, I think Ernie decided to test and see if there was some grip down there, and if there was, what he could do against somebody that was trying to run that cushion. And it was good information for anybody else that was watching. I know I learned quite a bit right there. He held him off on the first lap, but it was just too much of a run on that second lap for him to hold him off. And unfortunately, this is going to finish under caution for these guys, but a lot of information, I think, was gained tonight by several people. I know I was paying attention to a lot of things. The track, where you could run, where you couldn't, when you could run there and when you couldn't, and how that cushion is building up on this thing. So we're going to have some really good information as we get ready to go forward with all this week, next week.
Indeed. I still want to know how that Mustang didn't get stuck in the mud here, because I've never seen a sports car as a pace car on a dirt track. But
they spiked the tires.
They must have done something. Maybe they put some sheep's foot on that thing or something. But that's going to do it for the race. As always, we want to get the drivers in here for an interview. We won't take too much time to do so, but we'll get Richard, Ernie, and Doyle in here, and we'll get a little interview with these guys here. Since
well, anybody that is interested in joining that just happens to be watching, if you're not a member already, dirtslingersracing.com. Sign up. Let us know where you saw us, and we'll try to get your app processed as quickly as we can. Be sure to look at the open number list. It's part of the application process. If you pick a number that's already chosen, it just delays the process that much more. But we are always looking for members.
All right, we got Doyle here in the third. I'll say we can't find. We need Ernie and Richard. I know they're in here.
I'm here.
All right, where are the other two we need? I gotta find Ernie real fast. There he is. Okay, we got Ernie Williams and Richard Stallings. I know he's here. There he is. All right. Well, again, we're gonna do a post-race show here. Of course, Doyle coming in third place here. What a race! Again, it's just their development series here. So overall, we want to know: did you learn anything here? I know we saw you talking to Derek Walker earlier. So the question is, did you learn anything, and how was the racing out there?
Well, the track was pretty slick, so you couldn't give it a lot of throttle. You had to run it like mainly 3/4. Derek has been a big help. I tried to overdrive the corners, and he told me to just settle down and not go into the corner. Full throttle. You gotta play with the throttle a little bit, because if you over throttle it, you just spin yourself out. And we're kind of going into new waters here with the new berm, the new build with the dirt. So there's everybody is learning something new tonight.
They really are. Again, we were out there. We were talking to Roger here earlier. This is as much a learning experience for the admins, watching how this track develops for future down the road, as well as the drivers in here. So again, as long as you're getting some knowledge out of it, you can never go wrong when learning something. As much as I disliked going to school when I was in there, once you get out of school, you realize, okay, that wasn't that bad anyway. You got to learn stuff. That's knowledge makes this world go round.
You're still learning.
Yes, you're still learning when you get out. I think I learned a little bit more relevant stuff out of school, but that's neither here nor there. But again, you came in here, you finished third. So any shout outs you want to give for that third place finish?
Well, to Roger for putting this on. This really helps with us guys that aren't really that great on dirt. This helps us get better, and it makes the league better too. If your drivers are better, the league's going to be better. The racing is going to be better. Your broadcasts are going to be better. So I think it's a win-win situation.
It definitely is. And speaking of winning, just almost had it there. Just barely got taken second place. Ernie Williams Jr. First off, you led 27 laps here, all except for the last three. It looked like you went down to experiment on the bottom there in those last closing laps before that caution came out. So again, a learning experience for you as well. Nothing bad from learning, but looking back, you think you would have hung up to the high side, or did you definitely just go down there and learn a valuable lesson for going down there?
Yeah, that was just something I wanted to try. And plus, we got like a 2-win rule here. They'll kick you out if we win 2 times. So I don't necessarily want to win this early, to be honest.
Well, that is a valid point there. You don't want to win 2 times and get kicked out if you think you need to be in here learning a few more things. But again, we just talked to Doyle. Obviously, you want to be here. You're learning stuff. So anything right off the top of your head that you have learned here in this series so far?
Well, yeah, I learned a lot. I learned how to drive around people that's competitive, that runs you clean and things like that, and Roger always in your head on race nights, telling everybody respect, 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 man, it goes a long way for nights like tonight and Thursday nights, the last few Thursday nights we haven't been having very many cautions, and it all starts up at the top.
It very well does. We keep saying on the broadcast, DSRL, by far the best league out there. They've been here since day one. They've been here so long that they know what they're doing, and they do it very well. This new little series, just a prime example of that. So you come in, you learn a little bit. Once you get in there, if you win one, or if you win the championship in points, you get in the to the one of the big races. So going forward from here, how would it be to feel you do good here to one day win that King of the Wing?
Would be awesome, it'd definitely be awesome. But I've only been running them things a few since December. I got a membership when they had the 50% off and all that, so I haven't been running very long. I'm just in it to learn. I'm not really necessarily wanting to win no big races. I'm just wanting to be competitive. Like I said, you run top 10 around here in the DSRL leagues, you're running with the top. I mean, Roger's got the best league out.
Oh, definitely the best league out here, hands down. And you see a lot of people trying to imitate them. So again, nobody can duplicate this. They can definitely try to imitate it, but if you want the best, you got to come here at DSRL. But any shout outs you want to give here for just helping you out or just getting you here to this second place finish tonight?
Well, just like Doyle said, I really appreciate Roger taking his time out on Tuesday night. I mean, he runs 2 nights anyways, Thursday and Saturday. Now to put another 2.5, 3 hours on him during the week, I just want to let him know at least I do, and I know the other drivers really appreciate it too, man. We appreciate it, Roger.
Well, again, congrats on second place here. So again, you didn't want to win this early anyway, so second place not a bad finish for you overall, and definitely not for you since you didn't quite want to win so early and chalk up your first win of 2. But coming away with his first win of this series, that is Richard Stallings. So first off, Richard, we have watched you over and over again in here. When we get to watch you just improve and get better over time, just watching you develop, and here you are in this series getting your first win. So how does it feel to be in victory lane?
Actually, it feels great. I mean, I can't say enough about DSRL, what they've been doing. I mean, Roger runs a top class, league, so it's a privilege to be able to win.
Well, definitely. Excuse me, losing my voice there a little. This is an interesting night, to say the least. Everybody that's in here is coming in here to improve and learn a little bit. Well, like we were talking about, it's kind of an improvement for everybody at this point. Even the admins you saw out there having a little fun and struggling a little bit with that cushion. So in your thoughts, first day, the cushion literally just came out today. How was it out there, and how is that cushion changing the aspect of dirt racing?
Oh man, the cushion is a total new aspect to iRacing. I mean, it changes the game really, because you have to hit it just right. If you don't, you're getting blown by. but it's a blast. I mean, it's a whole new challenge for everybody out there. But it's fun because I mean, basically the whole night I was just trying to learn the cushion. I really didn't try to run the bottom too much. I think I did maybe 4 or 5 laps down on the bottom, and but it's a blast.
It definitely is out there. And just looking forward to getting 2 different tracks and seeing how the cushion develops. If it's a little different, different tracks. I'm really looking forward to seeing how Lanier, such a tiny little track, how that cushion builds up there. Obviously, you can put a lot more laps in really quickly, so I think it'll build up faster. So, these smaller tracks building up faster is going to be interesting to see how that progresses, especially in the Thursday and Saturday series. Again, we don't want to keep you here too long. Any sponsors or just anyone you want to give a shout out to for getting you in victory lane, and or just anyone that was definitely a big help today?
Well, first and foremost, I got to thank you guys at MaxSpeedTV. Charles, you do a great job week in, week out for us. And also, got to thank Boyd Speedway in Ringgold, Georgia. I always try to support them. They're my local track, so always got to give a shout out to them.
Well, I definitely got to give shout outs to the real track out there. Again, if it wasn't for them, a lot of us might not have places to go watch or race. So definitely go out and support your local dirt track, because if you don't, they may not be there much longer. So it's always on the fans and drivers to support your local tracks, as always. But again, we had a great night of racing here. We're not done just yet. We're going to go ahead and run through your results real fast here. Again, not everyone did race here tonight, but again, coming away with the win, Richard Stallings. Second place, Ernie Williams Jr. Third place, Doyle Lawrence. Fourth place, Bob Ramundo. And rounding out your top 5 is Brock Garris. Sixth place will go to Joshua Hall. Seventh place, Corey Henry. Eighth place, J.R. Bash. Ninth place, Matt Dickerson. And 10th, Ted Decker Jr. 11th place, Lyle Johnson. 12th place, Mike Peterson. 13th, Jason Nygaard. 14th, Mike Roxbury. 15th, Dylan Fox. 16th will go to John Winkler. 17th, Jeff Peterson. And 18th on did not start the race here tonight. So again, that does it for that. The ones not doing the race tonight for race control duties, it looks like, I don't know if Kenneth Dagey Jr., he may be race control, or he may just not have started. But I know Roger Wagner, Derek Walker, Nathan Davis, Britton Roxbury. Big shout out to those 4 people for sure, coming out here, spending a couple of hours. We haven't been here too long on the thing, but about 2 hours of their time to come out here and work with these guys and put on a good show for you here tonight. Big shout out to them. As well as all the sponsors here for MaxSpeedTV, SimSpeedShop.com, HRE Motorsports, Elite 7 Racing, Virtual2Reality.tv, Dirtco Media House, and Ohio IndyCar League. A big shout out to all those guys, but we're going to wrap it up here for the night. Again, thanks everybody for tuning in with us here on MaxSpeedTV. We have great racing every night of the week, so make sure you stay tuned and subscribe to the channel and give this race a thumbs up if you like it, and we will see you at the next race.